We're going to talk about stool again because it's really important to your pelvic health. So you know that you should be achieving a type 4, which is our Goldilocks poo, and you should have already been checking for that. Now the ways that we achieve that are making sure that we have enough fluid and enough fibre in our diet. Now fibre isn't that the Weetabixy type stringy thing that we all think of it in food. Fibre is a soluble and non-soluble compound which you can find in lots of different things, including a little bit in breast milk, but quite a lot in things like blueberries and raspberries and pears. So not what you'd normally think of, like Weetabix. Everything's got a different quantity of fibre, but really we need to be achieving at least 18 grams of fibre a day. And the best way of doing that is ensuring that you're getting lots and lots of vegetables and some good fruits. So as I said, berries and beans tend to have the biggest amount of natural fibre in them, or certainly large volumes of fibre. So if you're making a spaghetti bolognese, for instance, chuck some beans in, make it a chilli instead. You can make bean salads for summertime with a little bit of vinegar, which are really tasty. But also putting blueberries on your porridge or in your breakfast cereal, having them in some yoghurt would be a really good thing to do. So look at your fibre content of your diet and make sure that we're getting more highly fibrous foods. But from a vegetable and a fruit point of view, you don't really need to be eating stuff like brown fibre in large quantities. We do get some fibre from things like bran, but often brown fibre can make things worse. If you think about if you've ever had a kid leave their bowl of bran on the side, you find it soaks up all of that fluid and it becomes really hard and crusty. Well, it does a similar thing in your gut. Some of that is good, but too much can actually make you more constipated if you're not taking enough fluid in. So I would err on the side of caution with brown fibre or brown flakes and things like that. If you're eating it and you're doing fine, great. So that's kind of bran and fibrous intake. A quick fix for my postnatal women. So our mum diet, we talk about having really easy things to make that are quick. You can shove in the microwave, heat up, and they're done. Things like pasta bakes. If you have brown pasta with some vegetables or some fish or some meat or whatever you want to put into it, you're going to get around about 14 to 18 grams of fibre in just one meal, which is a really good thing to be getting. Pasta itself can be quite good as a fibre source. Not terribly great, but it's better than other things. But the brown variety of stuff tends to be a lot better. So brown bread, brown rice, brown pasta. Another great meal that's fantastic and hits exactly 18 milligrams of fibre in one go is beans on toast. If you get 3/4 of a tin of beans and put it on 2 slices of wholemeal toast, you've hit 18 grams. That's all you need to be making sure that you're having a nice healthy gut that moves around. If you put some Marmite and butter onto it, then you get a little bit more of your B vitamins, which is good for energy and also tastes great. A little bit of cheese on top for a bit more protein or fat if you need it, that's fine. Tasty. So beans on toast can be a really, really easy way of just kick-starting your system into producing better stool. I challenge you, if you've been constipated, to have beans on toast every day for a week, or every other day if you really don't like the beans. Beans will produce wind, but that's good for you. We like the wind. It shows that you've got an active microbiome. Then you should be producing easier stool, okay? But if your stool is hard, you need to look at your fluid intake and your fibre intake from your diet. The next thing you need to think about is how quickly your bowels are moving around. And when we move, and especially when we do exercise, we move and we use our abdominal muscles quite a bit, and that really encourages peristaltic action and your bowels move around. 20 minutes after we eat, our bowels also move around, and that's when you need to be thinking about listening out with you for when you need a poo and being able to have a poo. But really, if you're not getting, if you're getting stool that's quite hard, but you're eating really well and you're drinking enough fluid, then it might be that you've just got really sluggish bowels. And one of the things that we can do really easily for that is increasing your activity. Now, it could be making sure you get your 10,000 steps every day, going for a walk in the evening. It could be getting to that Zumba class, step class. It could be going for a bike ride. It could be going to the gym, swimming, anything that you like, but you need to be active. And activity needs to happen for about 30 to 60 minutes 3 times a week. And I think the UK at the moment says 150 minutes over the course of 1 week. But I would just say, look, try and get out 3 times a week doing regular exercise that gets you really sweaty and gets your heart rate up, so that we can start moving these bowels around. And you'll find that the day after or the evening after exercise that you should be producing much more comfortable poos. Okay, But optimising your bowels is absolutely key to your pelvic health, which you'll find out in the next video, which is all about the microbiome slightly. But it's really key. If we can't get these bowels moving, then you're not going to be a happy person, you're not going to be a healthy person, and your pelvic health is going to suffer. So get your stool type right, eat right, drink right, do some exercise.